Good evening, India. This is the NewsHour. My name is Pranesh. One Nation, One Poll theme is taking shape. The centre has constituted an 8-member panel to examine the proposal of simultaneous elections under the chairmanship of former President Ramnath Kovind. Union Home Minister Amit Shah, Congress's Adhir Ranjan Chaudhary, former Leader of Opposition Rajya Sabha Ghulam Nabi Azad, former Chairman of 15th Finance Commission N.K. Singh, former Lok Sabha Secretary General Subhash Kashyap, Senior Advocate Harish Salve, former Chief Vigilance Commissioner Sanjay Kothari will be the members of this committee. The Law Minister will attend the high-level committee meetings as a special invitee. The committee will suggest a framework for the synchronization of elections and also the time frame within which the simultaneous elections may be held. Now, viewers, it will also indicate whether any constitutional amendment is needed to implement the decision. Listen in to what panel member Harish Salve had to say. He spoke to me a little while ago.
It's something on which, of course, there are divided views, but we will have to consider different dimensions of the problem. I think where I may be able to bring some value is look at the constitutional provisions and look at the constitutional scheme and the constitutional intent. There are, of course, political questions which will be addressed by those more well-versed in politics. And we will see if we can come up with a report which can be a good starting point for the exercise. Unfortunately, our politics is so sharply divided that these kind of comments are unsurprising. But let not the merits of the issue be buried under this kind of rivalry. And so I feel we must look at it objectively, see what is best for India and what is best for the Indian polity. The presence of the former president brings gravitas. The Home Minister shows the seriousness of the government. And the panel makes the leader of the opposition obviously had to be here. Mr. Ghulam Nabi Azad, who's been a member of parliament for decades and also a leader of the opposition, is on the panel. I'm from the legal fraternity. We have Mr. Kashyap, who's from the Lok Sabha and the workings and the practices and procedures of the Houses of Parliament. So he brings that expertise. And the former Chief Vigilance Commissioner has a lot of experience in administration. He brings that experience. So I think it's a good mix.
Here are the states and union territories that have completed more than half their terms and may have to go to polls in April 2024. Maharashtra, Haryana, Jharkhand, Odisha, Andhra Pradesh, Arunachal Pradesh, Sikkim, West Bengal, Kerala, Assam, Tamil Nadu, Puducherry, Bihar and Delhi. Now let's get you the states which are due to go to polls in December this year. Can an amendment be made for a one-time extension of their terms to coincide with 2024? Telangana, Chhattisgarh, Madhya Pradesh, Mizoram, Rajasthan and possibly Jammu and Kashmir after the statehood is restored. Let's tell you about the assemblies which won't be completing their midterm by April 2024 and may have to go to polls in a separate phase. We are looking at Tripura, Meghalaya, Nagaland, Punjab, Uttarakhand, Uttar Pradesh, Goa, Manipur, Gujarat, Himachal Pradesh and Karnataka. How will this pan out? After the announcement was made by the government, the opposition said that this is imposition by a dictatorial Modi government. The government, by constituting this 8-member panel that has a good mix of netas and experts, has once again underlined the importance of consultation. Let's open this up on that note. Sanju Verma, the national spokesperson of the Bharatiya Janata Party, Mr. R. Rajagopalan, senior journalist, political commentator, Advocate Nikhil Jain, political analyst, Professor Subodh Mehta, national spokesperson of the RJD, and Puhazh Gandhi, spokesperson of the DMK, completes the panel. Good evening, all of you. Now, Mr. Rajagopalan, I want to start with you. Now, just to, put this in context, let's start by discussing the kind of commentary we've seen from opposition parties. What do you make of it?
Opposition wants to make it political, whereas the government is serious. That is the reason it is being presided over by the former president. Never happened in Indian history. And the former president never accepts a job. It's highly qualified job. And moreover, Mr. Ramnath Govind, having been a Supreme Court advocate, he knows the legal fraternity, legal system. Apart from that, Pranesh, I would like to say two important things. It is the intention of the government. Several times Prime Minister articulated in very international, national fora that we must have developmental things and curbing black money, saving the 60,000 crore rupees. That can give a lot of employment opportunities for others. Why should he have every month election? And every month that meetings, every month that India, Bombay, Bangalore, Patna type of dramas will happen. So therefore, my understanding is, commenting on that, Mr. Harish Salve explained it to you very well. It consists of legal luminaries. But I would also like to, emphasize one important thing, which the government might have thought about it or would not have, deliberated it. Bureaucrats have the direct connection with the chief, the election commission. Especially you and me have covered the election commission for ages. The election commission directly involves the district superintendent of police and the district collector or the district magistrate. They come up, they rise to the level of chief election commissioner. I expected as former chief election commissioner in this panel, and I am being a Tamilian, I would like to say there is no South Indian in this, which is, very, very, very interesting thing. Third, why Adhir Ranjan Chaudhary and Ghulam Nabi Azad? It is to irritate Madam Indira Gandhi, Sonia Gandhi, Rahul Gandhi, Priyanka Gandhi. Intentionally, they have put it because Adhir Ranjan Chaudhary connection with Mamata Banerjee, you know it very well, how they are friendly together and how Mamata walked out of yesterday that India meeting, whatever that. Ghulam Nabi Azad, on the day of farewell speech of Ghulam Nabi Azad, Prime Minister was in emotional tears. So therefore, Ghulam Nabi Azad, having been a chief minister of a state, he knows the electioneering styles, etc. But its major constitution, it has judicial, political, bureaucrat. But there is no bureaucrat. That is what I was amazed. So finance encasing has been covered.
Right.
So my another understanding, there should have been some young face in this committee because encasing is much older.
Right.
And moreover, the things are. There should be a bureaucrat in this committee, and there should be one South Indian representation.
Okay, so you want the exuberance of youth to be injected into the panel. We can always look at that.
So that future, right. Pranesh, future is for digitalization.
True.
Future is for not for this type of you wait and watch. India in another 10 years is going to have electronic voting through computer. You sit in your home, one application, press the button like now, as Mr. Narendra Modi has been very popularly known as a digital man.
Right.
So digital man during his tenure will bring the election on your thumb, on your muthi mein aa jayega.
Right. We'll see when that happens, Mr. Rajagopalan. But let me go through the panel once. Nikhil Jain, what is the problem if a committee has been set up? Why are you calling it dictatorial? Why do you think this is imposition?
Pranesh, because we are talking about elections, and other than representatives of the BJP and one representative of the Congress, there is no representation from any other political party of the country. One of the biggest political worries of a move like this is that the regional parties of the country would be at an unfair disadvantage.
Now, Nikhil, don't you think the Congress is a principal opposition party? Are you giving up on that?
It is. It is.
Then you have the Congress representing the opposition
party. We need regional parties.
Okay.
Ghulam Nabi Azad is regional party.
This panel itself. We need representation from other political parties. We need representation from a DMK, from a TMC, from a BJD, from an RJD, from a JDU, to a Shiv Sena, to every single political party that is of any merit in any state of the country should have been consulted. It cannot be left on to an 8-member panel where 7 of the members are very clearly pro-BJP.
Okay, so Nikhil, let's break it down. You have a problem with the number of people in the panel, okay?
Process, but that's not happening.
So you have a problem with the number of people. If the number goes up, then you have no problems. You will welcome it.
I have a problem with the process being followed. No, I have a problem with the process.
What is wrong with this process, which is essentially a consultative mechanism? What is wrong in this?
Pranesh, 1 second.
Okay, Mr. Rajagopalan wants to add something. Yes, sir, quickly. Nikhil, just 1 minute. Hold on.
Government where all the appointees.
Nikhil, just hold on. Mr. Rajagopalan has something to add.
I would like to enlighten Times Now viewers. For the last 30 years, this has been debated. A joint parliamentary committee headed by E. Sudarshan Nachiyappan, a Congress MP, submitted its report, Joint Parliamentary Committee, in 2013, which consisted of almost all the regional parties. Why did they not recommend at that time? They also unanimously recommended one nation, one poll, including DMK representative, including, Trinamool Congress. So therefore, it is a process. Whatever the reports and the Law Commission reports and this parliamentary committee reports, this 8-member high-power legislative...
That is well known. I don't know why the opposition is in, disbelief. It is not something that has been... Yeah, that has, come up in 2023. Now,
come and walk out, Mr. Pranesh. They do drama. The
okay, sir. Okay. Okay. You feel strongly about it, Mr. Rajagopalan. I understand, but...
Okay. They will walk out of this meeting. That is why they want representation.
I don't want them to walk out of this debate because then we'll have a problem. So, it's better that Sanju Verma, I'm coming to you. Let me just take in views of our guest. Professor Mehta, a consultative mechanism is something that you should welcome. आप तो कहते हैं कि ये सरकार बात ही नहीं करती है. प्रोफेसर मेहता, आपको आवाज अगर आ रही है?
अच्छा, you are asking me? Yes.
Yes, sir. आप ही हैं, प्रोफेसर.
Yes, pardon. What is the question?
What is the problem if the government has set up a panel which essentially will only consult each other, deliberate, brainstorm? तो इसमें क्या दिक्कत है?
See, look, the problem is that, the way it has been brought in. First of all, I would like to say that one nation and simultaneously election is...
Professor Mehta, 1 minute, sir. Sir, you are a professor. मैं बस आपको I am sorry for interrupting you. You are saying brought in. What has been brought in? बताइए.
No, I am not getting a clear voice from your side. So, hello, can you repeat the question?
Yes, sir. I will repeat the question as many times as you want. I will make it clear. You are saying that you are unhappy with the manner in which it has been brought in. What has been brought in, sir? Nothing has been brought in yet.
See, your voice is getting, it's a breakup. Your voice is actually not coming to my ear.
अच्छा, मेहता साहब, हम कोशिश करेंगे ये लाइन को फिक्स कर दें क्योंकि ये व्यूअर्स के लिए बहुत ही दिक्कत होती है. हम समय भी बर्बाद होता है. आप सुन भी नहीं पा रहे हैं. Mr. Gandhi, what is the problem?
See, it is an absolute constitutional fraud, both on the proposal and also today's resolution. It is mainly to divert the attention from three issues. That is the growing popularity of I.N.D.I.A alliance meeting, to divert the attention from the I.N.D.I.A scam which surfaced yesterday, and the CAJ expose of rupees 7.5 lakh crore worth scam. See, the whole concept of one nation, one election, it is already a failed concept because we had the simultaneous elections from 1951 when India was born and states were reorganized. It worked till 1967. But later, more states were created and some are dissolved in the midterm and the cycle got disturbed and it became incapable of implementation. That is the whole problem. Even today, the whole notion, for example, today I'm just having the resolution with me, how fraudulent this resolution is. I'm using the word fraud. The reason is, you see the terms of reference of the resolution. It says in para 4, I'm just reading it out, examine and make recommendations for holding simultaneous elections to the House of the People, Lok Sabha, state legislative assemblies, municipalities and panchayats. Municipalities and panchayats comes under the state subject, state list. What is the role of the union government or what is the role of the union parliament to legislate or frame policy or even to do a study on this particular subject? This should have gone to the states. That's why I'm calling it as a fraud. And as far as the incapability of...
But Mr. Gandhi, this is only a panel that has been set up. Why are we jumping the gun?
How can the union government set up a panel on a subject coming in the state list? It is
You
the
want the
state
United Nations to set up a panel? If not the Union government, who else will set up a panel?
Union
Sanju
government
Verma,
can set up
how would you
panel.
respond to this criticism?
If you
Why is
cannot-
the Union government? Why is the Union government setting up a panel?
If you cannot understand the legal position, I
Okay,
cannot
let's
speak.
hear from the BJP. That's a charge. You are saying that this is interference at many levels. Sanju Verma.
Pranesh, you know, a party whose leader Senthil Balaji pleaded before the Supreme Court, I'm innocent. Please do not incarcerate me. The Supreme Court dismissed the plea and said that the probe against Senthil Balaji. I did not heckle you.
Let us
Please
speak,
keep quiet.
Mr. Gandhi, while you were speaking. Mr. Gandhi, please, let's not talk over each other. Please, let's be civil with each other, sir.
But he is talking about a subject.
No, 1 minute, but she's only responding to you. Let her have her say, please. Nikhil, please. Nikhil, I'll come back to you. You will have your say. Let's not talk over each other, please. I'm setting the baseline. I'll have to lower the fader if you talk over each other, please. Sanju Verma, make your point.
Thank you, Pranesh. I repeat, a party whose senior leader and a close confidant of DMK's M.K. Stalin, Senthil Balaji, pleaded with folded hands before the Supreme Court, please don't incarcerate me. The Supreme Court said nothing doing. The ED and the CBI have every right to conduct a probe into Senthil Balaji, who actually duped more than 84 people in the cash for job scam. So such people giving a bhashan to Narendra Modi or to BJP is absolutely not called for. Now coming to the Congress, you know, Congress again taking the moral high ground and speaking on political propriety. Arey bhai sahab, Sonia Gandhi out on bail, Rahul Gandhi out on bail, Jija ji, Robert Vadra out on bail in the Bikaner land grab scam, P. Chidambaram out on bail in the INX media scam. So, ulta chor kotwal ko dante, chori upar se sina chori. That is what defines lectures on political propriety from either DMK or the Congress. That is my point number one. Point number two, while Mr. Rajagopalan definitely made some very interesting points, I would like to just tell your viewers that when a committee is formed, a committee simply gives suggestions. It is not an encroachment on either the central list, the state list, or the concurrent list. Point number three, by virtue of the sweeping powers that the Election Commission and the Chief Election Commissioner have, wide Article 324, 325, 326, 327, and 328 of the Constitution, if the Election Commission so decides, it can even decide on the jurisdiction of how municipal and panchayat elections will be conducted. The DMK needs to educate itself on this. Please read Article 324 and the powers of the Election Commissioner wide that. Point number four, one nation, one election, whether it will fructify, when it will fructify, whether this is just an idea which is currently being discussed and deliberated upon, these are things that we need to take with bucketfuls of salt, because at the moment, a high-powered committee, a high-level committee with none other than the ex-president, Ramnath Kovind, a senior and one of the country's reputed lawyers, Harish Salve, the former Chief Vigilance Commissioner, Sanjay Kothari, you have N.K. Singh, the chairman of the 15th Finance Commission, you have somebody, like Adhir Ranjan Chaudhary, who for all practical purposes is the leader of the opposition on the floor of the parliament on behalf of the Congress. When you have a high-powered panel, for us to simply say, oh, democracy khatre mein hai, is being very unfair to this panel, because they come with a lot of experience. And as Mr. Rajagopalan mentioned, Mr. Ramnath Kovind is a fine lawyer on his own merit, apart from being the former president, and he knows a lot more about jurisprudence than all of us sitting here put together. The most important point, and I will end in 30 seconds, is this. Till 1967, right from 1951-52, when the first general election was held, we had synchronized election between the center and the states. That means Lok Sabha and state elections were held together. There was only one red herring in 1959 when the government headed by EMS Namboodiripad was removed from Kerala. He was the then Chief Minister of Kerala, and elections were again subsequently held in 1960. But besides that, Right from 1951 till 1967, we had combined elections as in one nation, one election.
Right.
Then in 1999, just 20 seconds, the then Law Commission Chief, BP Jeevan Reddy, he said that it will ease the burden on the exchequer if we have one nation, one election. As recently as August 2018, the then Law Commission Chief B.S. Chauhan said that one nation, one election will not only ease the burden on the exchequer, but it will also ease the
Right.
burden
Let's now look at some of the criticisms and the counter. Now the opposition is saying that this violates the basic structure of constitution. The Law Commission weighed in on this and said that it can't be argued that holding simultaneous polls falls foul of the federal structure, that it would adversely interfere with the basic structure of constitution. The other criticism by Team India, I.N.D.I.A. and opposition parties is that the legislative competence of states is being undermined. The Law Commission in its detailed response has answered this and has said that does not interfere with the legislative competence of the center or states. The contention that it would tinker with the concept of federalism is devoid of any merit. Now, there are many parties that have in the past backed this move. Some have now done a volte-face complete U-turn. As of 2018, and Nikhil, you have to answer this, Samajwadi Party was in favor of this. You have the TRS backing simultaneous polls. The Shiv Sena was backing this. The YSRCP backing this. Also the Indian National Lokdal. So who's playing politics with this? Nikhil.
Pranesh, so may I respond now? First of all, when Sanju started speaking, the interjection that I had was to the language that she was using. It's become a regular habit with her to tell other panelists to shut up. I don't think that's the right way to go about it. If a panelist is interjecting her,
right? Let's be civil.
Oh my God, Sanju! I never abuse the Prime Minister on this debate or any other debate. You have such a big problem when somebody says anything. When you're speaking, you're being heckled, and now when
Nikhil Jain have his say. Nikhil, all I can say is that let's be civil. Let's mind our language. You know, we have to be mindful that we are on national TV. Okay, calm down, both of you, please. Mr. Rajagopalan,
You've never seen me abuse.
I'll come back to you. Sanju Verma, please let Nikhil Jain respond. Nikhil, come to the point, please. Nikhil, come to the point. Sanju Verma, let Nikhil respond.
When she goes around, when the BJP spokesperson goes around saying this person is out on bail, that person is out on bail, just because somebody is out on bail does not mean they've been guilty of an offense. Let me teach you that basic principle of criminal law. Secondly, she very confidently quoted Article 3, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29 of the Constitution, and the Chief Election Commissioner has the power on state election commissions. Please show me the exact provision where that says that. Nowhere in the constitutional provisions that she quoted, the Chief Election Commissioner or the Election Commission of India has any powers whatsoever when it concerns state election, when it concerns the elections to municipalities.
Mr. Rajagopalan has a point. 1 minute. Nikhil, hold on to your thought. Let's take it one by one. Nikhil. Mr. Rajagopalan. Yes, Mr. Rajagopalan.
I would like to demolish the argument of Mr. Nikhil Jain, because in the TN session versus Supreme Court versus Election Commission, Chief Election Commissioner has got immense powers in 324. The Supreme Court ruled 20 years ago in TN session case. And apart from that, my two important points which I would like to say, let us focus on only on this panel of Ramnath Govind, Pranesh. In 1971, DMK Chief Karunanidhi wanted one nation, one poll. He said Lok Sabha and State Assembly should be synchronized. Second thing, in 1989, Vishwanath Pratap Singh government constituted a committee under Dinesh Goswami for electoral reforms, where they said, apart from that, my only one point is there is no tenure mentioned in this high-level committee for Ramnath Govind. Therefore, it is not going to scare the regional parties. Let DMK nor any other regional party get scared, because there is no timeline for this committee. They have got immense time. The government wanted to ensure, like 370 was abrogated as Narendra Modi came to power in 2019. Similarly, this will be done in 2024. Definitely a resolution in Parliament will come in 2024 or 2025. That is my point.
Okay, now Mr. Gandhi, you wanted to come in quickly, make your point.
The whole notion is going with the wrong presumption. They are just trying to say, they are just trying to draw parallels between the United States and India. In United States, it is more or less possible because the states are indivisible there. You cannot separate the states or divide the states like in India. In India, you can divide the states at any point of time, number one. Number two, in the United States, it is a presidential form of government where impeachment is the only way, so the governments will not fall quite often. Whereas in India, it is a parliamentary form of democracy and coalition politics plays a lots of role, and every day the government can fall due to various reasons. It may be due to defection, it may be due to disqualification, or it may be due to lack of confidence. So whenever a government falls, it has to be, the election has to be conducted. What if the government falls within 1 year?
By this logic, Mr. Gandhi, 1 minute. Till 1967, we had simultaneous elections. Are you suggesting that democracy was stifled then?
I'm not talking about without basic understanding, please.
No, I am only asking you this question on principle because many from the opposition are saying that this will subvert democracy. You tell me, sir, till 67, was democracy being subverted? Do you know who the Prime Minister was, who was at the center?
From 1951 to 1967, there are only fewer states. And states were not divided.
No,
States were not.
no,
In 1967, there are a number of states dissolved. That is the reason why this concept failed. So today that is a situation. And
okay, it was democratic then, but it is dictatorial now. Rajagopalan, Mr. Rajagopalan, you have the last word, then we'll have to move on, sir.
Then why in 1971, Mr. M. Karunanidhi, the Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu, wanted the Lok Sabha, Rajya Sabha election together? He also wanted one nation, one vote.
That's a fact. That's a fact. Sanju Verma, the opposition believes that you are doing this. Okay, 1 minute. Sanju Verma, the opposition believes you are doing this ahead of 2024 polls because you are desperate and you are feeling the heat.
You know, Pranesh, I have been on a zillion debates in the last 3 days across channels, and the one refrain I hear from opposition panelists, and it amuses me, I'm not even agitated. Arey, Modi ji dar gaye. Arey, BJP is rattled. Yesterday, a senior spokesperson of the Congress said Sanju Verma is scared. They lack confidence. And I was laughing to myself. You know, we lack confidence. Arey, your no confidence motion received a drubbing. Narendra Modi led government won a thumping majority. Then the Delhi Ordinance Bill, we got 132 votes and the opposition got 101. You've been defeated recently on 2 counts. You have a nice big fat omelette on your face. And for people who give me lectures on my language, this is the same law which was saying when Rahul Gandhi said, Chaukidar chor hai. These people sitting on the sideline said, wah wah. Kya bola hai Rahul Gandhi ne? Sab changasi. So don't give us lectures on political propriety. If anybody needs to take lessons in humility, it is Rahul Gandhi who said.
Okay, let's not make it about individuals. Let's not make it about individual. Let's see what the panel comes up with, and let's not jump the gun in the meanwhile. I thank all of you for joining us on debate number 1. We're taking a short break, viewers. When we return, we talk about the horror in Pratapgarh in Rajasthan.